Module 1. In time of test, family is the best. Section 1. Introduction. Lexical items. Effective, carrier, path, comfort, establish, functioning, handle, Hoover, leadership, instrumental. Grammar. Simple present, simple past. Section 2. Listening. Lexical items. Assignments, curls, cherish, gaze, laughter, make a decision, overburdened, share. Section 3. Reading. Lexical items. Barge in, date, blow, alone, depressed, dust, edge, exert, expectations, sloppy, overwhelmed, parenting, puppet. Section 4. Speaking. Midterm test N1. Grammar. Gap-filling multiple-choice tasks. Vocabularies. Lessons covered in Module 1. Module 2. We learn to give, share and care new. Section 1. Vocabulary. Lesson 1. Intro to philanthropy. Money, donations, activism, alms, love and support, volunteerism, kindness, people of action, quotes. Story of 4 friends. Lesson 2. Actions versus people. Teacher versus doctor. Section A. Word formation. Section A. Suffix, rule. Section A. Suffix, exceptions to rule. Section A. Common nouns with suffix, Section B. The suffix, or. Section B. The suffix, or, rule. Section B. Common nouns with suffix, or. Section C. The suffix, east. Lesson 3. Speech intro. Lesson 4. Read-along poem. Lesson 5. Section A. The simple past intro. Regular versus irregular. The negative form. The interrogative form. Listening tips. Past habits with, used to. Past habits with, would. Expressing wishes. Expressing hypotheses. Lesson 5. Section B. The present perfect life experiences. The present perfect uses. The present perfect finished actions. The present perfect unfinished time words. The present perfect unfinished actions. See the simple past versus the present perfect. Lesson 6. Pronunciation 2. The pronunciation of the final, ed, intro. The pronunciation of the final, ed, id. The pronunciation of the final, ed, t. The pronunciation of the final, ed, d. The pronunciation of the final, ed, adjectives. Lesson 7. Phrasal verbs intro. Phrasal verbs with, go, in, out, on, off, up, down. Expressions. Lesson 8. Writing. Lesson N. Degree 11. Writing a biography. Lesson 9. Compound adjectives. Lesson N. Degree 10. Need versus should. Section 2. Vocabulary. Lesson 1. Forms of philanthropy. Section 3. Grammar. Section 4. Writing. Module 3. A change is as good as a rest new. Lesson 1. Leisure. Do, play and go. Rules for go and do. Rules for play. Exceptions. Collocations with go. Collocations with do. Collocations with do. Collocations with play. Collocations with play. At one's pleasure. Have a blast. In or out of your element. Catch some rays. A cup of joe. Shoot some hoops. Paint the town red. Catch a flick. Low key. Lesson 7. Intro. Doer versus receiver. The when and the why. The present simple passive. The past simple passive. The present perfect passive. The past perfect passive. The present continuous passive. The past continuous passive. Lesson 2. Intro. Adjectives with 1 syllable. Spelling changes. Exceptions. Adjectives with 2 syllables. Adjectives with more than 2 syllables. Irregular adjectives. Oldest versus eldest. Superlative of places. Superlative of times. Superlative with the present perfect. Lesson 4. Intro. What happens before the when. The structure. Negated contractions. Signal words. Examples. More examples. The past perfect versus the past simple. The past perfect versus the present perfect. The third conditional. The past perfect versus the third conditional. Structure of the third conditional. Lesson 5. Section 2. Grammar. Section 3. Speaking writing. Module 4. Science and technology. A blessing or a curse, new. Module 5. Section 1. Introductory activities. Vocab. Distance learning, impairment, lang, comparison of scale. Section 2. Listening. Vocab. Graduation, qualification, find out, lang, reported speech. Section 3. Reading. Vocab. Exclusion, suspension, tell-off, lang, relative clauses. Section 4. Speaking. Vocab. Extracurricular, involved, sit for, function, perform a conversation. Section 5. Writing. Vocab. Encyclopedia, 𝐓𝐚𝐝 use of, writing a report. Module 6. Nature any future without it. Section 1. Introductory activities. Vocab. Disasters, earthquake, tidal waves. Section 2. Listening. Vocab. Mourner, smashed, funeral, lang, express deduction must. Section 3. Reading. Vocab. Global warming, greenhouse effect, implicatons, lang, be going to versus will. Section 4. Speaking. Vocab. Section 5. Writing. Vocab. End of term exam 3. Language, writing.